Okay, gang, we need to take a quick hydration break. So grab your drink of choice. And as you rehydrate, I'll give you the lowdown on my free LinkedIn lead gen masterclass. If you feel like you're screaming into the void when you post content on Facebook or Instagram, struggling to find a sustainable and scalable lead generation process that sticks, and you just want someone who's been there and done that to reveal their secrets, then it's critical that you register to save your spot ASAP. During this live masterclass, you'll get to steal the exact strategy I used to scale my income from $0 to $1 million in just 19 months without spending a fortune on ads or suffering from burnout. Simply check out the show notes of the podcast episode for the link to register for your free spot in the LinkedIn Lead Gen Masterclass. And don't worry, even if you miss a couple of days or you can't make it to all the training sessions, we'll deliver the replays directly into your inbox daily so you can watch them on your own time. All you have to do is make sure you sign up for the masterclass before registration ends. Hey. I hope you guys enjoy these, what I'm calling podcast shorts for my Burnout to All Out community. This is just a little peek behind the curtain of the coaching that goes on inside of my programs. We're bringing to you some of the best nuggets and coaching I'm giving within hot seats of all of our different programs, whether it's our LinkedIn Method Academy, our mini mastermind business basics, all the way up to our higher level mastermind. If you're hearing some of these questions and you're like, man, I wish I could get my burning question answered by Melissa. Hey, guess what? You could be featured on my podcast. If you've got a question that you want answered and you submit it to my team and we pick it, we will bring you here to the podcast for our podcast shorts and do a hot seat with you. Where can you submit your questions? Send them to teamburnout2allout.co. We'll make sure we drop that in the show notes for our podcast shorts. And I hope that you guys find as much value in these shorts as our clients do inside the program. Need some effective tactical advice that actually helps you get results and makes a real difference in your life and business? You've come to the right place. If you're finding yourself here today, it means you're getting ready to gain serious traction in your business, rapidly multiply your income and impact, and you're ready to make it happen while living all out. Guys, I'm Melissa Hinault, your trustworthy corporate dropout turned six-figure business burnout turned happy and healthy CEO of a multi-million-dollar online business. And you're listening to the Burnout to All Out podcast. On this show, we're serving up innovative growth strategies, simple implementation methods to put them into practice, and action-stimulating inspiration tailored specifically for the modern entrepreneur. Let's dive in. As you guys are thinking about the next person to raise their hand, Amy, since you're still on, I had a thought I wanted to share with you. Depending on how you go the route with your funnel for kind of mass scale on LinkedIn with leads, one of the things that really worked for us and my team was creating an Asana board, which there's training inside the academy on this, where we wouldn't track a lead until we got to the conversation of if I, would you, right? So we're in conversation and we say, they're curious. And we would say, if I sent you this 5-minute video, would you watch it? And when they say yes, their name shows up on an Asana board. It's the first touch. It's like the warm lead in our Asana board to the far left. So it'd be the coldest of the leads, but warm, that says, yes, they want to look at it. And I would have an assistant do this. She would track it and put it on the board. And then once the video is sent out, it's flagged in Asana to follow up in 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months. Did you watch the video? What did you think about the video? What resonated with you? That's all tracked as like the coldest of the warm leads. After they watch the video and they're pre-qualified for a consult call, they move to the next column in the board, which is a warmer lead, right? From that consult call, if it's a yes, we move it all the way over to enrolled. And then it's a whole new board that's onboarding for the new business partner, right? Which has other milestones, totally different board. But if there was some follow-up that needed to happen, because many times the conversation would go great, but they want to review the comp model. They want to review the company. They want to review XYZ. And that was a separate video or information sent. Then they'd move into a next column that basically says information sent, post follow-up. We would always have them commit to a follow-up call afterwards, after they reviewed it, before we got off the call. But my point in all of this is as you get really busy on LinkedIn, it's really important because what I have found is for everybody, follow-up, the fortune is in the follow-up. And you know this because your business is so successful. You've probably crushed this concept, but I think everybody needs to hear this as business owners is that the fortune is in the follow-up. People are not just going to run and hand you their money. And so the more quickly you can get organized in kind of the decision cycle of the lead, the better, because then what happens is your hottest leads are they're over on the far end of the board who've been on a consult call. They reviewed the information and they just need you to follow back up with them, right? And if you're organized about it, it sounds like a lot to set up, but then it's very easy to hand over. It's easy to delegate to someone else. And it's easy for you to check in and see the progress of all the leads in your conversations. I would not, as you're getting started, it can be tempting to track everyone on the Asana board that you're in conversation with, but you'll see as you get busy, that is a waste of time. We just track those who've said, yeah, when we say, if I would you, and they say yes, there has to be a yes. And this goes back to what Raywin was saying, where people do it wrong is they dump information into the DMs before we've said that we even want to see it. How do you know what's even an interested party if we're just spamming the hell out of people? We want people to connect with us and be like, oh yeah, that sounds interesting. Yes, I would. That is an acknowledgement of I am interested in this thing that you're talking about, which gives me permission or my assistant. We're going to follow up in 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months, right? And then at the 2-month mark, if they're still not ready or still not interested, we're going to take them off the follow-up list. And Asana makes it really easy that you don't miss that. And I got to the point with my Asana board with conversations were so busy. I would flag things as 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months, but I got so busy that basically it got to the point where Fridays was follow-up. For everybody that week that it was time for a follow-up, they got the follow-up on that day. And then the next Friday, it was another follow-up day, the next Friday. And when we get to the 2-month mark, it's, hey, I'm just circling back. These are all scripts your assistant can use. To me, that's kind of a piece of the automation. You said you were initially interested, hadn't heard back from you. I'm just cleaning up my follow-up list and wanted to know if you were still interested or if you wanted me to take you off the list. I find that still works really well to this day, even in my high ticket. Because like me, I'm planning on going to Bali and it's like a $10,000 investment. And I still haven't committed yet because I'm waiting on confirming my mother-in-law being able to be here before I buy the ticket. But just because I haven't invested doesn't mean I'm out. And if Francesca reached out to me today, which she did this week, hey, just wanted to make sure you're still coming to Bali. I haven't seen that you bought your ticket. Do we need to take you up the follow-up? I'll take you off the follow-up list. And I'm like, no, don't take me off. I'm still in. I'm just not ready to buy the ticket because I got to make sure I've got childcare cross coverage while I'm gone. Right. But I could have said, you know what? You're right. The timing is wrong and it's not right for me. And that gives her permission to just completely take me off the list. And that's good for both of us. Is that helpful at all for some of you guys? And I just love that you can hand that whole Asana board to someone else as you're scaling and you're delegating to be that organized. And I can tell you, even because I know you're in multiple companies, I really branded myself on LinkedIn as an online business expert. I didn't associate myself with any companies at all, ever. I just led with business opportunity. And 3 years ago, I pivoted and went from one company to another overnight and got to the top 2% of the other company in less than 4 months. And no one on LinkedIn ever knew any shifts because I never talked about a specific business anyway. I was the brand. And where I'm going with this is we dusted off my Asana board. I handed it to my assistant at the time and said, everyone who we have not followed up with, who said they were interested in the last year and a half, send them this message. And we scooped up a ton of business. But if we hadn't tracked all of it for, 2 years, it was a massive asset to follow back up with and be like, hey, I know it's been a year and a half. Things have changed for a lot of us, but didn't know if you were still interested. And boom, organization is key. Thanks, guys, so much for listening in on today's podcast episode. And I can't wait for you to see my upcoming guest in the next episode. You are going to love this keynote speaker. Hey, here's the deal. If you liked this, please subscribe and leave a review. And you want the latest online business growth strategies and exclusive LinkedIn pro tips sent straight to your phone? Text the word update to 704-318-2285. That is, text the word update to 704-318-2285. Can't wait to see you guys. Come find me over on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you like to hang. I cannot wait to hear how you are enjoying and applying what you're learning. You guys reach out to me over on social because I love hearing what's resonating with you. When you reach out to me and you send me those personal DMs, they really do impact the content I continue to bring forward to you. So again, come find me, Melissa_Hinault over on Instagram, Melissa Hinault over on LinkedIn and Facebook. Can't wait to see you guys over there.